I won't let you watch me, I said. I promise. Chapter 5, The Deep End. The pool had become a concrete bowl for rain and leaves and occasional teenagers. We drove out at dusk, because the line between day and night is when most things are vulnerable: deer crossing, people confessing, haunted houses admitting their ghosts. The chain-link fence bent easily under our hands. I felt like a child again, breaking rules that only existed to keep us from being alive. The sky was a bruise, purple leaking into blue. In the deep end, our footsteps made soft scuffs that sounded like someone else trailing us. Here, I said, pointing to where the drain had once been, a dark circle like an eye. If it's going to try, it'll try here. Mateo took my face in both hands. His palms were warm, human. If you want to run, he said, I'll run with you. We'll outrun a story. I don't think it needs legs, I said. Stories don't. He stepped back, put distance between us like a steel beam. Say when, he said. And I'll look away. The static came low and then high, like an ambulance in the distance curling around a hill. I looked up, there were no sirens. I looked to the lip of the pool, no faces peered down. The air thickened anyway, as if thickness itself could be a presence. A figure rose at the far end, wearing a body too approximate to be a person, a copy of a copy. It resembled me and then didn't, shifting the way heat does over asphalt. Don't look, I said to Mateo. No matter what, don't. He turned, obedient, and stared at the concrete wall. His shoulders were rigid, a silent scream traveling across them. The figure approached with a gait like a barrow. Its smile began at a place where a face would meet a face, except the edges didn't line up. It raised a hand and I recognized the motion as mine, the way I wave cars through four-way stops when the rules confuse me, the way I try to be gracious in the wrong places. It showed me my own compassion as a puppet on a stick. You can't have me, I said to it, because you have to say something, because silence is a room it likes to decorate. It tilted its head. When it spoke, it used the voice of people I loved threaded through a speaker. I don't need you, it said. I need him. I moved fast then, fast enough to hurt. I put the drain between us, because my child brain believed the deep end had rules. No, I said, loud enough that the word came back to me from the bowl of concrete. He won't see. I had brought something without telling him, a box of matches, the cheap kind that snap if you're rough, and a small bottle of lighter fluid I told the cashier at the gas station was for a campsite that didn't exist. Fire is how humans draw lines. Fire is how we say no further to things that don't understand words. I poured a circle at my feet, struck a match, and made a ring. It guttered, then caught. The air felt like the mouth of a stove. The figure paused, smiled wider, as if amused by my kindergarten magic. The fire cast the two of us on the walls. My shadow's grin was not mine. It was wider, more patient. It looked almost tender. I know what you did, I told it, though I didn't. I know you took 1,000 faces and laid them on top of each other until none of us could tell who we were. It nodded, as if to say yes, and then it did the one thing I wasn't ready for. It turned, slow and sure, to face the opposite wall where Mateo stood staring at the concrete, his hands in fists, knuckles pale. Don't, I said. Don't look. I won't, he said, and I believed him. He kept his eyes down. He began to hum, off-key, the song his mother had sung to him when he was small and sick. He hummed to drown out the static. The figure took one step, then another, until it stood behind him, a thought perched on his shoulder. It leaned close enough that if it had breath, it would have warmed his ear. It smiled at the back of his head, a smile meant for the invisible. I understood the strategy then, the way it had learned how to worm through loopholes. It didn't need his eyes. It needed mine on him while it smiled. If I watched it grin at his turned head, that would count. Witness enough. Door unlocked. I closed my eyes. But you cannot close the mind. There are places inside the lids where pictures live. The static turned into shapes behind my shut eyes, and I saw it anyway, the way you see the sun on the back of your eyelids after a day at the beach. The grin burned into a pattern that belonged to me now, whether I wanted it or not. "Please," I said, and I didn't know if I was begging the thing, Mateo, or the world. He heard me as if from a distance. "I'm here," he said. "I'm with you." The ring of fire hissed in a small, constant anger. Somewhere a siren finally was real. It grew louder, and with it a weight settled behind the sound, understanding so low and fundamental I almost mistook it for the heartbeat of the earth. The chain was older than any of us. We were not the story's beginning, and we would not be its end.